you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Shots at the shop.
In the spirit of meeting people where they are, we'll also be working with the Black Coalition Against COVID and other organizations to launch a new initiative called Shots at the Shop. Barbershops, beauty shops are hubs of activity and information in Black and brown communities in particular, but in many communities across the nation. Local barbers, stylists, they become key advocates for vaccinations in their communities.
This is something that your occupants of the mythical White House is doing right now. Now, this guy repeatedly calls us brown-skinned Americans, well, I'm not going to say he calls us this, but he continues to insinuate or imply that we as African Americans are not smart enough to obtain lawyers, business wise, or accountants.
I'm determined to use every taxpayer's dollar that is assigned to me to spend going to American companies and American workers to build American products. And as part of that, I'm going to increase the share of the dollars the federal government spends to small disadvantaged businesses, including Black and brown small businesses. Right now it calls for 10%. I'm going to move that to 15% of every dollar spent will be spent with those. I have the authority to do that. Just imagine if instead of denying millions of entrepreneurs the ability to access capital and contracting, we made it possible to take their dreams to the marketplace to create jobs and invest in our communities. The data shows young Black entrepreneurs are just as capable of succeeding given the chance as white entrepreneurs are. But they don't have lawyers, they don't have accountants, but they have great ideas. Does anyone doubt this whole nation would be better off from the investments those people make? And I promise you, that's why I set up this National Small Business Administration that's much broader, because they're going to get those loans.
We as brown-skinned, indigenous Americans, because that's the way I'm doing my best. I'm practicing that word as opposed to saying black, because this shirt is gray, right? But let me see something. This remote is black. This is what black is, and they associate everything black as being bad. You don't believe me?
Is the black doll? And which one is the white doll?
That one.
Which doll is the pretty doll? Which doll is the nice doll? Which doll is the bad doll? Which doll is the nice doll? And which doll is the bad doll? And why is that doll pretty?
Because she's white and he has 2 eyes.
Which doll is the ugly doll? Why is that doll ugly?
Because he's black.
Which doll looks most like you?
Like me.
Yeah, which one looks like you?
And that one.
Okay.
That doll.
Like, say for instance, let's use Black Friday. Or Anything associated with black is bad. And they continue to do this. But yet and still, when they need us, they actually use black folk when it's necessary, or brown-skinned people, or brown-skinned indigenous people when necessary. Because right now they're losing the agenda. So we're important right now. We are important right now to their agenda. So yes, they're going to do a song and dance saying that how important we are. But when they say that, watch what they do. Watch what's going on in society. Watch this. Now, because of the fact that he brought up the Tulsa riots and stuff like that, which was a riot, it wasn't a massacre. It started off as a riot and ended up as a massacre. Yes, a lot of black people were killed. They still don't have the numbers on that because each year that fish got bigger. But something I scraped up shows that it was that many people to die that day, especially blacks. It was blacks and whites that died that day. But I still think that what they said happened didn't happen. What I mean by that is, I believe that because of Black Wall Street was showing so much success that they had to put a stop to it. And at the same time, they wanted to keep that racial tension and that divide up. Don't you know that in I think it was 1903, one of the well-known bankers, which she still owed a lot of credit to what she did. This banker, her name was Maggie Lee Walker. She's owed a lot of credit because after the recession, she pretty much saved banking of what she did. So I don't know how he can think that we can't be smart enough to do anything. Each time he wants to stress the fact that African Americans need this, he wants to belittle us. He wants to chop us down on whatever goal we achieve.
What you all know, but most people don't know, unlike the African American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community.
I made it to the Army, which a lot of things they said they couldn't do. But once I got in there, I had a white captain that prevented me from elevating. Well, thanks to a few of us, yes, we got in trouble. We ended up doing some extra duty. A lot of guys in the military know about that. But at the same time, that captain was transferred out. But it put a bad taste in my mouth. And I wanted to do my 4 years and come back home. But I came back here. I became a police officer. I worked 25 years. And in the same time, while in that 25 years, I went to college. I have college credits. Don't have enough to get my degree yet because I changed my degree plan from criminal justice to film and movie, film, and TV entertainment. But I just can't. I'm having a hard time accepting the fact that your president, because he's not mine, your president is out there telling the world that my people are too dumb to find a voting place.
Portion is a lot of people don't know how to register. Not everybody in the community, in the Hispanic and the African American community, particularly in rural areas that are distant and or inner city districts, know how to get online to determine how to get in line for that COVID vaccination at the Walgreens or at the particular store.
Or an injection place, or we can't become lawyers. We don't know how to find lawyers, or we don't know how to find accountants. My best friend I grew up with, right next door to me, is an accountant, and a damn good accountant. And he works for the IRS also. Funny how that happens. And yes, he's black or brown skin or indigenous or whatever you want to call it. It's crazy on how whenever he wants to prove a point, he wants to degrade us, chop us down a couple of levels and say we're not good enough to do this. Well, we could say the same thing about any race that's living in the United States. There are some people here in the United States that have family members who you don't even want to invite them to your own house for a meal. Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, it doesn't matter. There are some family members who you just don't even want to be on your same street. And unfortunately, it's like that with every race. But to have him, who is so disconnected from society to the point to where he has to degrade us to get his point across, that's your president. It's not mine. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with this thing here. It made me cry. It did. It made me cry. It was just a small little tidbit how smart this young lady is. It's his father and his daughter. And you know how bad I want children, trust me. But you see this, and if it don't bring a tear out of your eye, or how this critical race theory that they're using to get votes or using to get attention or to push an agenda, if you don't if a tear don't pull up from your eye, then you might as well get in line right behind Mr. Faux Biden, because he's fake. Like, share, subscribe. I'll talk to you later. Peace.
Daddy teaches you can be anything in this world that you want to be, right? Don't Daddy teach you that?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you're black or white or any color.
Doesn't matter if you're black, white, brown, yellow. Right?
Black.
And how we treat people is based on who they are and not what color they are.
And if they're nice and smart.
See, this is how children think right here. Critical race theory wants to end that. Not with my children. It's not gonna happen. My baby's gonna know that no matter what she wants to be in life, all she has to do is work hard, and she can become that.
Work hard, even though you don't know anyone. You can make friends.
Yeah, you can make friends, no matter what color they are. So we need to stop CRT. Period. Point blank. Children do not see skin color, man. They love everybody. If they're good people, they love them.
We pray for people that are hurt.